Good morning, George. How are you doing today?
You know what? It's a fantastic day.
It
Weather's
is.
perfect. We won't get into the weather conversation because that's one that I can always tailspin on. I think we did that a little bit the other day.
Yes.
Um, hey, listen. So there was a conversation. You and I've had this chat with a few people, more than a few people over the past year and a half or so. Just with what's going on with everything, just inventory pricing, rates, all of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But more frequently, the question comes up, and I've heard it probably even just in this week. I've probably heard it a couple times alone, and that is, "Hey, George, is this the market for me?" Right.
Mhm.
So it's look. I'll start. I'll start. Okay. So I'll put it quickly out there to say this. Um, maybe it's not. Maybe this is not the market for you. But how you determine that, I think you made a good point the other day, which I'll let you touch on. But how you determine that is it should be defined by one thing first. And so I think that's where you would come in and you would say,
What is your why?
right.
Right? So, why are you looking? Why are you purchasing? There has never been a time, I think probably in history, where people have not been purchasing homes. People have purchased homes through Great Recession, Great Depression, Great Resignation, great everything. And usually those
Not so
people,
great.
yeah, usually those people had really strong reasons why they had to purchase a
Mm-hmm.
home, or and not necessarily had to, but a driving factor that was, like, hey, listen, my rent's going to go up, or my living situation is just not good. I'm,
Mm-hmm.
living with parents. We're butting heads. It's not good. I'm getting married. We need to move out. We need to start our family. They have whys that maybe supersede market factors,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they're saying, well, yes, rates are going up, but guess what? I do have to move out, so maybe that's a really strong why, because I would agree, is now the right time to buy for you? Absolutely. Or absolutely not. If you're
Well,
very price sensitive, market sensitive, if you're looking for a great deal, maybe not. I mean, maybe you can
well,
riff on that a little more.
yeah, let me jump in on that for 1 second, because I think if you're defining, if the reason for purchasing something is tied directly to the conversation around price, you're going to hate every. I don't care what you're buying: car, food,
Yeah.
gas.
Yep.
If price is your leading factor, you're never going to feel good about what you're purchasing. So, simple example: a cup of coffee. All right. So normally when I'm out on the road all the time. Okay. So, and my wife laughs at me because I can't drive without a cup of coffee next to me. It's like an OCD thing, right?
Yeah.
Cup of coffee over the last few weeks has gone up, no exaggeration, 60 cents, almost 60 cents. Okay. So now I'm looking and going, man,
Mm.
coffee is friggin' expensive. So now I'm thinking, geez, can I do without that coffee? Because price is the factor there. I still buy the cup of coffee because it's a habit more than anything. But the
Yeah.
point is, everything costs more right now. And that's not going to change anytime soon. And housing is an area where there's just, listen, we've beat this inventory conversation to death and then three more times on Sunday.
Yep.
Um, you're not going to see a massive retraction in price. Okay, we can give historical references to why pricing is never it's not $100,000 swing, 10, 20, 30,000. Yeah. So if price is the reason why you're buying, then I mean this with all due respect. I don't want to offend anybody when I say this, but then I would politely say to you, take yourself off the playing field and go sit on the bench and just wait. Wait until price is something that's more comfortable to you. I don't think it's going to be there. I don't think you're going to see something where all of a sudden prices have gone so far back. But maybe mortgage rate is the reason why that you're
Yeah.
hesitant, because price is what it is and you're okay with price. But now you're looking at your purchasing power and saying, yeah, but rates are so bad. Okay, that makes perfect sense to me. So price is less of the conversation now. It's mortgage rate. All right, so let's see what happens with rates. But again, then you're probably putting yourself on the bench for 3, 6, 9, 12 months.
Yeah, yeah, it could be a whole year, and there's not anything necessarily wrong with that. Again, if you're, specifically targeting something because of, as we said, price,
Don't
then
buy.
yeah, if you're not enjoying the prices, then
Don't do it.
it doesn't make sense to look around
You'll
right now,
regret it. You,
because
you will
yeah,
have that buyer's remorse
yeah,
feeling. The minute
oh,
you do that home
it's
inspection,
the
you're going
worst.
to walk in, you're going to have that tightness right here, and you're going to say, okay, man, I'm spending $20,000 more than list price for this house. It better be perfect. That
Yeah,
is an
no,
awful feeling. But
yep.
The first thing I say to people now, and I try it because this question comes up frequently, and the first thing I'm always asking people, why are you buying? Is this where you want to be living? If this is where you want to live, then check that box. So price becomes less relevant because it's where I want to be. And then the next question is, well, does it have what I need? Does it have the bedrooms I need? Does it have the bathrooms I need? Does it have the yard, a garage, whatever? Does it have the functional things I'm looking for? If you can check that box and you say, okay, price is less relevant.
Yep.
If it has features about it that you really enjoy, if you can sit there and say, I could see myself sitting on that deck and enjoying that backyard. I can see myself standing in that driveway looking at the ocean. I can see myself taking a walk on, there's a bike path around near there, and I love that place. That's an area I can see myself in, and I love the way that house is. I can see myself living there. Then price is less relevant.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I think you would coach them on what is the incremental differences we see in mortgage in terms of monthly payment, right?
Yep. Yeah. And I've had that come up several times where someone who has a really strong why of my rent is going up and will settle in on a mortgage payment, so I'm paying $1,500 now. I'm really comfortable with $1,500, and we'll look in that range and we'll find something where I go, yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, the rates have gone up a little bit. We've been talking for a couple of weeks here. That price range is now like $1,550, $1,560, maybe $1,575. Is that comfortable? And they look around and they say, well, my rent is going to be going up to this. I really like this area. This accomplishes what I want to do. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So the price is a little bit lower down on the list for them, or that payment is a little bit lower down on the list of what it is they're trying to accomplish. It's still very important. I don't want to say you should throw price out the window because you just don't care. But it might be where it is on the list is going to determine, like you said, how much fun you're having in this market.
It should be further. So if price is at the top of your list, you will not enjoy buying in this market, and you
Correct.
probably should not buy in this market because you're not going to feel good. If price is not at the top of your list, but your monthly payment is, and your monthly payment is now being impacted in terms of what you want because of mortgage rates, well, then that may shift everything you're thinking about. But because if your quote unquote why is less necessary and more desire, then you're going to find that price is still a challenge for you. But I'll give you one more example. So if you're buying a house with the thought that this is an interim step, this is not the market to buy in.
Yeah, no.
And if you're buying a house where you're saying, look, I'm going to live in it for like 3 or 4 years and then I'm going to do something else, this is probably not a smart market for you to buy in, because you're paying at a price that, will prices continue to go up? Yeah, on some houses, but not all.
Yep.
If you're saying, hey, I think this is a house I'm going to be in for the next 7 to 10 years. Okay, fine. You and I can point to historical charts that just, time and time again, despite downturns in market, you still have appreciative value in homes, blah, 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 blah. So I think that fundamentally, when people ask, is this should I be in this market or not? I think it comes down to, why are you buying?
Yeah. I think absolutely, why are you buying, and how high on that list of importance is the price discussion for you?
Yep.
If it is number one, then you either, like you said, good time to sit out, or you're going to have to move it further down, because it's just going to be it's probably going to be very difficult to satisfy price as your first check mark.
Right.
You're going to have a hard time doing that, I believe.
I agree. Hey, listen, I've got a short morning here, so I'm going to run, and you and I can catch up later on. We got a few people to cover, but this question keeps coming up, and I think people need to hear that it is okay to say pause.
Yeah.
I'm not offended. I would prefer people be smart about why they're purchasing something. But like you said, if price is at the top of that list,
tough.
My advice, don't do it right now. Just hold. Does it mean that you're going to get a better price or a better rate? Things will change. But if price is the leading reason why you're purchasing a home, then you're not going to feel good about it.
Yeah, agree completely. All right, George, I will talk to you later.
All right, man. I'll catch you. Thanks.